Hello, hello. Hey, divas. Hey, divas. Happy Tuesday. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Can I get a mic check? Can you hear me clearly before I go into my spiel? I'll just start talking and you can't hear me. Can I get a mic check really quick? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to each of you. I pray that all is well with everybody. Please let me know if you can hear me. Teresa, can you hear me, sis? Okay, great. Thank you. Hey, divas, welcome to Pink Table Topics. I am your host and good sis, Pink Diva. Thank you so much for joining me. As you're pulling up to the table, please don't forget to hit that like button for me. Feel free to drop down and leave a comment and also engage in our topic and turn your bell notifications on so that you'll be notified each and every time I drop a new topic. As you know, our mission is to create a safe space for women to gather as a community, engage in healthy dialogue regarding real life issues that we as women deal with on a daily basis, but most importantly, y'all, to foster the true meaning of sisterhood. And if you are here, that means you're already subscribed and representing our diva tribe. And we're not just any diva. We are divine, we are inspiring, we are valiant, and we are admirable. Welcome to the table, divas. Hey, y'all, let me speak to everybody. I haven't spoken to y'all since last year. Like that was so long ago, right? Hey, to my sissy, Teresa Wright is in the house, my mod. Thank you for being here, sis. I know you've been going through it, sis, but still praying for you. I love you. Thank you for pulling up. Hey, Mama V, how are you, sis? Thanks for joining. My sis, Thee is in the house. Hey, sis. Thanks for being here. Look at my sis, Janice Marie is in the house. Hey, sis. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to each one of you. Oh my goodness, I feel like I haven't seen or seen. I haven't spoken with you all since last year. I missed y'all. How have y'all been? I haven't spent a lot of time over here since last year. I know we were all busy. I hope you enjoyed your holidays. I hope you enjoyed your holidays with your loved ones. I am still praying for those of you that has been dealing with sickness, either for yourself or a family member. Those of you that may be going through grief or grieving through a loss of a loved ones during this holiday time. But Happy New Year to you all. Did y'all take them Christmas decorations down yet? I know, Teresa, before Christmas was the last time. It was, hey, Lady Sweetness. Thanks for joining, sis. How are you? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Thank you for being here. Did y'all take y'all Christmas decorations down yet? Child, listen. I just took my Christmas decorations down Sunday. I just took my Christmas decorations down Sunday, child. It took me all day, but I was determined to get those Christmas decorations down on Sunday. Janice, don't be laughing, girl. Listen, you already know. Girl, I didn't get those Christmas decorations down until Sunday. The hubby was sick all of the New Year holiday. He got sick on New Year Eve. On New Year's Eve, he got sick. Titi says, I didn't put up no, girl, you didn't. And the thing is, Titi, I put my Christmas decorations up. Was it before Thanksgiving? I think the week of Thanksgiving, I had my Christmas decorations up because I put up, Janice, you already know, I put up a lot of decorations and I wanted to have enough time to leave it up for a while. So I put my decorations up. I think it was either the week of Thanksgiving or the weekend after Thanksgiving. But I finally got them taken down. I was trying to get it taken down before the new year, but the hubby got sick. And y'all know when them men get sick, they act just like babies. Child, let me tell you, he just went back to work. Yesterday was his first day back for work. I've been off work for 2 weeks, but hubby just went back to work yesterday. But when I say, although I was off work with him being sick, I was working. You hear me? Trying to make sure he stayed on the routine of every 4 hours of taking the meds and all of this kind of stuff, like getting him stuff. He didn't have to lift a finger. I said, you better remember this when it's my turn. But he wasn't feeling well at all. Yes, Teresa, he feels better. I asked him yesterday, did he feel like going? And he said he did. So when he got off last night, he said he had a good night and it didn't feel as bad. So he was able to go, and he got through the whole 8.5 hours. So he was okay. But girl, listen, he had me working while he was off. You hear me? Mama V, hi sis. She said, I finally took mine down and realized my Christmas pillows are still out. I just was sitting in my family room, Mama V, last night and remembered I still had the little calendar, the Christmas countdown that tells you how many days we have left to Christmas. It was still sitting over there on the table. So I had to get up and take that down. And I was like, I'm so sick of seeing Christmas decorations, child. But I finally took them down, got them all down. We didn't get our white Christmas. I was telling y'all before the holidays that if I get my white Christmas, I'll turn the fireplace on. Girl, I didn't get the white Christmas and the fireplace did not come on. You hear me? We had a huge snow. Several huge snows leading up to Christmas, but we didn't get a snow on Christmas. We had snow on the ground, but we didn't get snow on Christmas Day. And we haven't gotten any since then. I think a couple days after Christmas, it started kind of wanting to little flakes of snow, but not enough to actually stick. So I didn't get my white Christmas yet again. I did not get my white Christmas. So again, no fireplace for Christmas. So that was a bummer. But I hope everybody enjoyed their Christmas holiday. It was amazing. It's always good to spend time with family. But we also always have our moments of grieving the loss of our loved ones that are not here with us. But other than that, we try to make sure we still create new memories and not just get stuck in that funk of, not having our loved ones here, but just being able to carry on the traditions and remembering them and being able to laugh and talk about the times we did share together when they were here. So Christmas was amazing. The New Year was good. The New Year came in hot, didn't it? It came in hot. Titi says, and hope he's feeling better. He is, and thank you, sis. He is feeling better. He's feeling better. Teresa says, Lord have mercy, them men be a mess when girl, don't they be like little babies? Janice, you already know. Girl, he was acting like a little baby. Do you hear me? I had to get up and get tissue. I had to get up and get some water, get some Gatorade or some juice and fix something to eat and make sure he was okay. And girl, listen, I was working. You hear me? He had me working. But that's okay. That's my baby, y'all. That's my baby. They act like little babies. So again, Happy New Year to y'all. I'm so glad to see y'all. I missed y'all. I hope that the new year has been great for everybody that is here. To those of you that are listening in, please drop down and hit the like button for me. I appreciate you. Teresa, you already know, you laughing, you and Janice. Girl, y'all already know. But nonetheless, we are here. Let me go over some tea at the table news before we jump into our topic. We're not going to be here long. I'm not going to hold y'all, because like I say, he just went back to work yesterday and I haven't had time to just have a little me time to myself, and I'm going to get some tonight before he get off and walk through them doors. Hey, Pat, my sis Pat is in the house. Hey, sis, Happy New Year to you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. Hey, Sharon. Sharon is in the house. Happy New Year to you, sis. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you for being here. Our tea at the table news, really, really quick for our book club divas. I hope that you have been reading and enjoying our book. Our January Pink Table Book Club meeting has been scheduled. It is Saturday, January the 17th, next Saturday to be exact, 1 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. We are reading The Pleasure Trap. For those of you who may not be aware, our next book is book 4 in the Mistress series that we've been reading, and it is The Pleasure Trap by Niobia Bryant. The Pleasure Trap by Niobia Bryant. So if you have started reading, I hope you are enjoying. I can't wait to discuss. Happy New Year, Girlfriend Chronicles. I pray all is well. Hope you're feeling better, sis. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. Thank you. Teresa, I'm behind too, girl. I haven't even started reading. And I got a reminder right here on my sticky note in bold cap letters. Start reading that book. I am going to start reading that book. I'm going to start reading the book. I'll be able to get it finished though, for sure. I don't think this one is as long. Lady Sweetness says 60 pages to be. Oh, you're doing good. She only got 60 pages left and I got to start. I have to start. It is on my to-do list to start reading this weekend. I am going to start reading this weekend. I'm starting this weekend. I promise. I'll be ready for the discussion. I can't wait to discuss it. I know it's going to be good. Janet said, me too. Girl, you ain't started yet either. You've been traveling. I already know. You've been traveling. You've been traveling. Girlfriend Chronicle says, I'm getting better, drained, but better. Thank goodness to hear that you are getting better. Continue healing, continue resting up. We are continuing to pray for you, and we hope all is well, and we pray that you get better soon. Get better soon, sis. Because you have been going through it too. So please, please, please know that we are praying for you. Yes. Girlfriend Chronicle says, book club. What book club? I have missed so much. Yes, you have, sis. We have a Pink Table Book Club. We meet every third Saturday of the month. We are currently reading, we're actually on our 4th book. We are reading the Mistress series by Niobia Bryant. We're on book 4, which is The Pleasure Trap. If you have an e-reader, you can download it on Amazon, but we meet right here every third Saturday, 1 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, and we have our book discussion right here. So please go get it, download it, and read it. Teresa, if you don't mind, if you can put it in the chat for me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And again, welcome to our first live of the new year. And I appreciate each of you for stopping by and hanging out with us tonight. With this being our very first conversation of the new year, I wanted to make sure I started off with intention, especially since I know coming into this new season hasn't been the easiest for everybody. 2025 was a hard year for a lot of us. It was a hard year. Some folks were without their jobs. There were a lot of stressors of trying to have good Christmases for the babies, the grief of losing loved ones, and just life was just lifing. Life was lifing for a lot of us, but God, right? Hey, Miss Lady. Happy New Year, sis. Have you started reading the book? Because you be reading fast. You've been reading fast. Janice says the book club is amazing. Oh, thank you, sis. Thank you so much. But I'm going to read. I promise you I am going to start reading this weekend. I will be finished before next Saturday. I promise. Look at Miss Lady. I knew she was going to be done. She said, yes, ma'am. Yes, it is, Teresa. It is a juicy series for sure. Yes, it is. Girlfriend, you would not be disappointed. And the good thing is I already have the book for after we finish this series The one that we're going to read when we finish books 5 and 6 of this series is going to be a standalone. But it is good. Oh my goodness. It's good by one of my favorite authors. So as soon as we finish book 6, we're going to start this new one, and it's going to be a standalone. So it won't be a large series just like this one. It'll be a series. Won't be a series. Miss Lady says, excellent pick, Pete Diva. Thank you. Thank you. This has definitely been a good series for sure. It's been a good series, but the other one coming after this one, we'll kind of be able to have a standalone book and then can go into another possible standalone book before we get into another series. But I have a lot of series. Some of them aren't as many books like this one. They're not like 6 books. But I have some that just go on and on and on. So, but we'll get into it. We'll get into it. Excuse me. We'll get into it. But let us get into this topic so that I don't keep you all too long. I don't want to keep you too long. As this new year begins, I just wanted to have a conversation again. We want to talk about going to this new year with intention, having conversations with intention. And as the new year begins, it's easy for us to sometimes feel like we're behind. Sometimes we get discouraged or start to feel weighed down by the sense of comparison. It's almost like everywhere you look, it seems like everybody else is winning, everybody is thriving or already walking in their purpose, right? And while we're sitting trying to figure things out. And I wanted this conversation again to be a reminder that growth doesn't have a deadline, and that to remind ourselves that we're not late, we're not falling behind, or we're not failing, we're still becoming. And before we go any further, I really, really, really need each and every one of you to hear this clearly. If you came into this new year feeling uncertain, if you feel stuck, if you feel anxious or overwhelmed, if you're questioning your progress and where you are, if you're embarrassed by still being at the same place you were last year, if you're silently comparing your life to somebody else's highlight reel, you are not alone and you are not behind. Tonight is not about us trying to fix ourselves. It's about freeing ourselves from the pressure to pretend that we should already be somewhere else, because we are right where God intended us to be. So we're going to take a deep breath. We're going to inhale and exhale. We're going to blow it off. This is our safe space. This is our judgment-free table. And this conversation is for every woman who is still becoming. Let's talk about something that we don't tend to say loud enough. The new year doesn't always feel hopeful for everybody, right? For some people, January brings a lot of excitement. It brings all the glitz and glam around the vision boards, the goals, the celebrations. But for other people, it brings pressure, it brings reminders, and sometimes it even brings a little bit of comparison, because suddenly timelines start to feel a lot louder for some of us. The expectations start to feel heavier, and social media start to tell us that by now we should be happily married, we should be healed by now, we should be wealthy, we should be more confident, we should be successful, we should be over some things, we should be past some things and just done with it, right? And if you're not, you start to question yourself. You start to ask yourself, like, why am I still in the same place that I was last year? Last year was just a few weeks ago, though, mind you. Why haven't my circumstances changed yet? What am I doing wrong that everybody else isn't doing? And that internal pressure can start to build up a lot of emotional pain for a lot of us, because we start second guessing where we are just in life in general. And if we can be honest with ourselves, we've all had a point or place in time to where we've entered into a new year feeling more discouraged than we were actually excited about it. And I know I have. And that's just honestly speaking. Not every moment of going into the new year has felt like, okay, it's a new year, new me, as everybody always tend to say, right? And this topic has been one that was heavy on my mind since I had a conversation with my oldest daughter on New Year's Day. My oldest daughter, for some of you that may know, my oldest daughter is 38 and she just went back into her nursing program. So she's in her nursing program and she called me on New Year's Day and she was telling me that she had disabled her Facebook account. And she said, Ma, I don't want you to be concerned or alarmed. She said, but I was just calling to tell you that I disabled my Facebook account because I was really starting to feel bad seeing how so many people were posting about their accomplishments going into the new year. And here I am at 38, still in school, working on my nursing degree and working. And she said, and I just feel like at my age, I should be farther along than where I am, especially seeing that there are a lot of people her age having already accomplished the things that she was currently doing, like, in her nursing program. And I said, and that kind of like stuck with me. And that just kind of reminded me of, there really are people who start to feel like they are behind in time or behind on, life and their accomplishments going into the new year, because all we see is what we see people posting about all of these, great celebrations of coming into the new year. And I say, you know what? I said, everybody's path is different. None of us have the same journey in this thing called life. Sometimes God will take us on a different path because he have different lessons for us to learn, because we're all individuals. None of our timelines align with anybody else's. We are all individual contributors in this thing called life. And I told her to stop comparing her beginning to somebody else's ending, because comparison is one of the quietest sources of shame. Nobody see it, nobody hear it, but it lives on the inside of us. It lives on the inside of your thoughts. And if you continue to let it linger, it'll eat you alive. And you get to scroll and see people announcing their engagements. I saw a lot of people got married, got engaged during the new year. A lot of people posting about promotions, new businesses, brand new homes, babies being born, weight loss goals, glow ups, all the things, right? And sometimes you just start shrinking on the inside. You start measuring your life against somebody else's without even knowing their story, the support they had, the sacrifices they had to make, or the struggles they went through to get to where they are. And suddenly your journey starts to feel small. You start to minimize yourself, your growth, and where you currently are. But hear me when I say this. Somebody else's progress does not cancel your progress. You're not behind because somebody else is ahead in a different lane. And I had to even remind myself of that many, many times, especially for when I can say, especially with this platform. I was watching the analytics. I was counting the subscribers and the views, and then started to kind of feel like it wasn't growing fast enough for me, until I made up in my mind and realized that, you know what, everything works in God's timing. Stop looking at how big other folks' platforms are. They went through what they went through to get to where they are today, and you have to go through your process as well. Some may have blown up almost immediately, but guess what? That's not my journey. God has a different plan, and it's all in his timing. We just have to keep on putting in the work. And as long as we keep God the center of everything that we're trying to accomplish, we will get exactly where we need to be. And you know what? When I stopped looking and worrying about that subscriber count and stopped worrying about how many followers and all of this kind of stuff, and really just started focusing on the purpose of this platform and what I wanted to use it for, that's when I began to just release it. I say, you know what? Let me just say this. In God's time, it will be where it needs to be. It will reach the audience that it needs to reach. I don't care if it's 3 of us. We gonna make it do what it do, because I know it's a bigger purpose for it. So a lot of times that's what we have to remind ourselves, because we'll find ourselves just falling in a state of depression because we feel like we should be further along. But one thing about it, we all got to go through our own journey. We all got to go through our own path. So we can't let what we see somebody else posting about deter us from our path, because again, what we see on social media is just a highlight. They're only showing us the glitz and glam of where it is today. But they all had to go through a process. Everybody still had to walk their own path. Everybody still had to go through their own struggles and everything in between. So we can't just count what we see versus what they actually had to get through. So let me remind you again, you are not behind, you're not late, you're not failing, because we're all still becoming. We're all still a work in progress. We're all still a work in progress. Titi says it's never too late to continue education or reinvent yourself. You're absolutely right. And that's what I had to tell her. I say, girl, I've seen some women in their 50s that's graduating from school, going back to school, and some just getting their GED. It's never too late for you to progress wherever you are, be it education, be it your career, be it starting a business, or just be it you surviving, right? It's never too late. And that's what I had to tell her, like, stop comparing where you are. And I even had to tell her, you don't even have no kids. You 38, you don't even have kids. So you can do what you want to do whenever you want to do it. You don't have to worry about babysitters or any of that kind of stuff. So stop comparing what you're seeing somebody else accomplishing to what you have going on yourself, because it's all in God's timing. Lady Sweetness says it's not how long it takes to get there, as long as you make the finish line. Absolutely. Absolutely. As long as you make the finish line. And that's what we have to start doing. And I told her, comparison is the thief of joy. I said the devil like to talk to your mind and like to tell us that you should be far along than this, or you should have this by now. You should have already, been married with the kid, the house on the hill, and the white picket fence. The devil always wants us to compare. I say nobody gets to write our story in this life outside of the path that God has already created. He already know what he has in store for us, but our journeys are different. We can be going to the same place, same position, but we're going to arrive at different times. None of us are going to arrive at the same time. The path that all of us take, your path may be straight, mine may be crooked. We all going to the same place, but we are at different levels. And a lot of times we all have different lessons that we have to learn in this thing called life. Like, you may have already mentally advanced to a place that I'm still trying to get to. So my path won't be as easy or as simple as your path, but it does not mean that I won't get there eventually. It's just in God's timing. And we got to stop trying to compare our time to somebody else's time and what it looks like. A lot of times we need to be thankful that our path was delayed, because God will allow a delay to prevent us from hitting a roadblock that's up ahead. I don't see it, but he saw it. So a lot of times the delay comes in our protection. He protects us from having to go through something that he see further up the road. So he'll say, you know what? I'm gonna let you stay right here right now for a minute. Wait until the path is clear. We don't always understand it, but everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, and it's always in God's time. So don't rush your process. Don't try to compare your process to where somebody else is. And let's dismantle this idea that every year requires a brand new version of yourself. Growth is not an overnight thing. Healing is not an instant gratification, and transformation isn't a linear thing. You don't just wake up on January 1st magically healed from trauma. You don't just wake up on January 1st just confident in your decisions and clear about your purpose. Sometimes life growth looks different for everybody. I'm still trying. I'm still learning, still praying, still healing, still trying to figure stuff out. But most importantly, when we can say I'm still standing in spite of it all, we are still here. Do you not know how many people can't say they still here today? And we're able to see this new year. A lot of times we need to realize that at least we still here. That means we have another opportunity to keep on pushing and working toward those goals, to keep on trying to get it right. We had another opportunity where a lot of people didn't make that opportunity. So we have to be thankful that we're still standing. And guess what? That still matters. That still matters. The problem with that whole new year, new me thing is that it implies that the old us wasn't good enough. And that's not true. Every version of you that survived something deserves some grace. I'm sure each and every one of us can name one thing that we've survived that proves that we were a lot stronger than we actually give ourselves credit for. I don't know about you, but I've been through some stuff that, had it just been me and not God leading and being there to help guide me through it, I probably would have lost my mind. I probably wouldn't have even gotten through it. So I'm sure all of us can look back and say we done survived some stuff that proves, okay, we're a lot stronger than we give ourselves credit for. Because if I got through that, come on now. So I want to speak directly to each of you, the woman that feels stuck, that feels like she's just not moving. It's not lazy. It's not that you're unmotivated. Sometimes we just stuck. You ever felt stuck? Like, I have everything that I need in front of me. I have all the tools that I need to get me to where I need to go. But I just feel stuck. I don't know if I want to go left, right, front, or back. I just feel stuck. Stuck doesn't mean stagnant. It often means that you're in transition. Sometimes God pauses us, not to punish us, but to prepare us. And uncertainty doesn't mean that you're failing. It means that you're standing at the edge of something new, even if you can't see it yet. And that's the thing with this thing called life. We can't always see up ahead. God knows, God sees, but we can't always see it. And we don't always understand why our process has to be different from somebody else. If you feel anxious about this year, if you feel embarrassed about where you are in life, if you feel like everyone else got the memo except you, please know being unsure does not disqualify you. You don't need all the answers to still be worthy of getting to where you're trying to go. Grace is not giving up. It's us breathing. Grace says, I'm doing the best I can with what I have right now. I don't have to rush my healing. I don't have to compare my chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 10. Grace allows us to rest without feeling guilty about it, to dream without having pressure, and to just exist without explanation. All of our journeys differ. We're not going to walk the same path. We all come from different walks of life. We've all been through some stuff. I don't know a perfect person on this earth that hasn't been through some stuff, that hadn't overcome some stuff. But as the song say, when I look back over my life and see all of the stuff that I've been through, and I can say I'm still standing, listen, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. That means we still got an opportunity. We still got a chance to get it right. That's why this year, typically, we always do a vision board. We always have like a little vision board party. Do y'all do the vision boards for the new year? I see a lot of people doing the vision boards and stuff like that. I haven't done the vision board in a couple of years. My thing for the new year has always been a word. I have been just choosing a word that I want to apply to my life for the new year, and not just doing a vision board. And the last couple of years, my word was intention. That was my word for the last couple of years. This year, my word is alignment. And I'm just really, really focusing on that word, just making sure whoever and whatever I come in contact with, and to the places I go, things I do, and all of that is really just aligned in my purpose. I really am trying to focus and do some purpose work and just making sure everything is in alignment. So I didn't want to do the whole vision board. Actually, I'm going to be hosting a prayer board party this coming weekend, where we're going to create prayer boards instead of the vision board. Just doing it a little different, but I'm really, really, really just focused on, just making sure you just align and not, worrying about anybody else's accomplishments and all of that stuff, and then feeling like you are less than because you don't feel like you are where you should be. Because when it's time for you to get there, you will get there. When God is ready to elevate you and push you to the next level, he'll elevate you and push you there. And you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to feel less than. You don't have to feel like you're stuck. You don't have to feel like you are behind. Sometimes we just have to pray and ask God, like, what's the lesson in the journey? What is the lesson that you want me to learn? Because sometimes when he slow us down, sometimes we moving a little bit too fast. Sometimes we're not going fast enough. Sometimes we start to second guess ourselves and say, well, you know what? Well, I don't think I deserve to do this, to be here, or to do that, or whatever the case may be. But I want us to really, really just get in a habit of being just giving yourself some grace. And that's one of the hardest things we do. We tend to like give everybody around us grace, and we tend to speak life into everybody else around us. And we tend to overlook the most important person, and that is ourselves. And I really want all of us to just really speak life into ourselves, and just, you are worthy. You can go wherever you want to go. You can be be whoever you want to be. And it does not matter what age you are. Accomplishments has nothing to do with your age. You can wake up at 60 and decide, you know what, I want to go out here and be a fitness instructor. I'm good and I'm fit. I can go out here and be a fitness instructor. Or guess what? Maybe I want to go back to school. It does not matter. Whatever you put your mind to do, you can do it. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter that you feel like somebody else is further along than you. That's their story. That's their journey. Do what feels right for you. All you have to do is pray, keep God in the center of it, allow him to order your steps. And as long as you keep him the center of it, I can guarantee you will get exactly where you need to be when you need to get there. And don't worry about nobody else's journey. We can be doing the same thing, but our end result will be the same, be different, because we're two different individuals. And the path that God has for you is not the path that he has for me. And it does not mean that my path is better than yours or your path is better than mine. It's all in God's great design. It's all based on what God has for you. And you'll get there when he see you ready. A lot of times we be out here moving, shaking, and grinding, and we doing all of this stuff, got our hands in this pot, that pot, all the pots, and that's not even where God wants us to be. And we wonder why we still unsatisfied. We still aren't fulfilled because we feel like, well, okay, well, I got this job, that business, and this business. I'm in school, I'm doing this. I feel like I should be better off, or I feel like I should be, in a different space than what I currently am. A lot of times we shouldn't be in none of that stuff. That's where the whole conversation about the alignment come from. Am I actually aligned with my purpose and where God is really trying to push me to? Am I growing where he's trying to push me through? That's the thing that we need to keep in mind. That's the thing we need to always remember, that, just because I myself, the human me, the fleshly me, want to go somewhere, be somewhere, and do something, does not mean that that's where God has already ordained for me to be. That may not even be my journey, just because I want it. That's why it's so important for us to keep God at the center of it all, to pray and ask him to lead and guide us, to make sure that we're walking where he wants us to walk. Hey, Reen, Happy New Year, sis. Thank you so much for joining. Happy New Year. I appreciate you for being here, but just continue to give yourself some grace. Don't let this new year stress you out. Like I say, 2025 was lifing for a lot of people. We went through some stuff, but we overcame just as much, right? Because we're here today, able to sit here and say Happy New Year to each of you. We are here. We're still thriving. We're still pushing through. We're still doing all the things, right? To God be the glory, because a lot of us if you really look back on a lot of the things that you may have went through last year, a lot of us should have been taken up out of here. Some of the stuff that some of us had to endure last year could have taken us clean up out of here. That's just how detrimental a lot of this stuff, a lot of these sicknesses and illnesses that some of us may have dealt with last year. We felt like we were on our last leg, but here we still standing. Some of us went through breakups, relationship issues, but we still here. Grief, loss, but we still here. We still have life. We still have the opportunity to show ourselves some grace, to still continue to moving and thriving, where a lot of people don't have the opportunity to say that. So just give yourself some grace. Don't beat yourself up about where you are, what you may not have, what you may not have accomplished yet, and just feeling like, okay, here it is another year. I still feel like I'm stuck. You know, who said that you had to have all these different changes? Because a lot of us be living life through the year already. We've already made those adjustments, and we've already been working toward the accomplishments that we wanted to accomplish. So going into a new year is just, okay, we're blessed that we were able to see a new year, but I don't have a bunch of goals or anything that I'm trying to make sure I accomplish before January 1st hit. So I'm appreciative that God still gave me the breath of life to still be here, to still be where I am, to still be living and breathing, to still have, a healthy family. I'm healthy, children healthy, and we're still just surviving, right? We're still pushing through regardless of what's going on. And we know the world is in turmoil right now. If we're watching the news and just seeing everything that's going on in the news, and God gave us another opportunity to still be here to see another year. I'm grateful. I'm thankful for each of you. I thank you all for still rocking with Pink Table Topics. We are here. We are doing whatever God has for us to do. We're going to do it within this new year. But I just want to just speak life into us. I want to, wanted tonight to be a session to where we just speak life into each other, to encourage you that whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, don't rush the process. Just go through it. Keep God the center of it all. Take your time. Don't put yourself on a timeline that you feel like it has to be done at a certain time, especially when you know that it's out of your reach. Just go at your own pace. Work and move at your own pace. Keep God at the center of it. And I promise you, you will appreciate the process after. A lot of times we have to go through a process at a slower pace because we have to really be able to mask in the lesson, because when we move too fast, we miss the lesson and stuff. Sometimes we got to slow down and just give yourself grace and just be thankful for wherever you are, because there are some people somewhere that's worse off than what we are. So we got to be thankful and not complaining, not comparing our life, because again, what you see is not always, how people are living. It's not, we see the glitz and glam, but it's again just a highlight. That's just what they want to be seen. But of course, nobody is going to talk about the struggles. They're not going to talk about what I went through. They're not going to talk about, I lost a home, and, you seeing me saying that I have this home does not mean that I hadn't lost a house, or I was sleeping on a cousin's couch, or, I didn't have this, that, or the third, but this is what you see today. So a lot of people have gone through a lot of stuff, a lot of heartache, a lot of heartbreak. And, we just gotta stay focused on what God has for us. Stay focused on what God has for us. Miss Lady says our word in church for the year is commitment. That's a great word, sis. That's a great word. I like that. Commitment. My word this year is alignment. I bought me a new study Bible. I bought a study Bible that is where you can read the Bible in a year. And I am intentionally honing in on my scriptures in regards to alignment, just making sure everything is aligned, and just walking in purpose. I'm really, really, really stuck on purpose. I was already, but this year is like elevated for me to really, really make sure that the things I'm doing is aligning with my purpose. And I love just being able to have a word and just studying that word and applying that word to my everyday life. That's just what I'm doing. I don't have anything against the vision boards. I've done the vision boards many, many, many times. Um, but I wanted to try the prayer board this year so I can just put some prayers in the board and put some prayers in the atmosphere, praying for some things for God to manifest some things, just my life, family, my friends, just all the things, right? And just really walking in purpose and just being aligned with whatever God has in store, whichever direction He's trying to push me and use me in. Like my grandma say, just use me, Lord. Wherever you say go, I'll go. That's where I'm at with it. So that's what I wanted. That's what I want to do this year. Teresa says, I've been trying to read the Bible in a year for about 30 years. Woo, child. Teresa, we can do it. Just like we picking up this book and we're reading Niobe Bryant, we could read this Bible too. We can read it. And I was telling one of my friends the other day, if you ever want to go to sleep and get some good sleep, start reading the Bible right before you get into bed. While you're in the bed, pick up the Bible and read a couple of scriptures. Girl, that devil will have you about to close them eyes in 2.5 seconds. Girl, you get so tired, eyes get heavy. Just start reading the Bible. Girl, you'll be ready to pull them covers up and go to sleep in 2.5 seconds. But you can do it, sis. You can do it. Look at Janice. Yes, Janice. If we can read Niobe Bryant, we can read us some scriptures in that Bible. And I'm also doing, are you all fasting this year? Do you all fast? Our church is, we're doing a fast this month, and this week is no meats. This is a no meat week for us, for church. We're doing a church-wide fast, and we're doing no meats. And today is day 2. I've been doing real good. I made me some tuna. So I've been eating. I ate tuna yesterday. I'm gonna have some tuna for dinner. For breakfast, I had some eggs, some scrambled eggs. So I've been really doing good. Look at Janice, somebody get out of my head. You already know. But I have been doing really, really, really good with the no meats. This week is no meats. And the thing is, and it was so funny because my youngest daughter had to remind me, I had taken out some boneless, skinless chicken thighs and on Saturday, and I had a taste for me some oven baked barbecue chicken. I haven't had some oven baked barbecue chicken in a long time. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to cook a dinner on Sunday. I'm going to cook me a good old home cooked meal. I was going to do some oven baked barbecue chicken. I was going to do some field peas and butter beans mixed together. If you've never cooked field peas and butter beans together, and I'm not talking about lima beans, I'm talking about the real butter beans that you get from the field, the speckled butter beans. Cook them together with some turkey tail and some okra. Oh my goodness, that is so good. Hey Gia, happy New Year, sis. How are you? Thank you for joining. If you have not had some speckled butter beans and field peas together with some okra and cook them with some turkey tail, listen, that's some good eating. Do you hear me? So I was going to cook that. I was going to cook some oven baked barbecue chicken, some corn, and make some cornbread. That was going to be my dinner. I had the chicken. I had taken the chicken out and was thawing the chicken. And I said, you know what? I'm going to make sure I cook enough for this week. So I made sure I was going to cook enough for this week. And I'm getting ready to put the chicken in the sink so it can thaw out. And my daughter was like, well, you know, we can't have meat next week. Girl, when I say that just did something to, I was so angry at her. I said, why did you say that? And she was like, She was like, we can't have meat next week. And she was like, so what you gonna do if you cooking leftovers? She was like, you won't be able to eat. And I specifically was cooking the meal because I wanted the oven baked barbecue chicken. That's the only reason why I was cooking all of the other stuff. And I said, girl, when I said that, just turned my whole, I was so upset because I had a taste for that so bad. So I was sitting there like, now what I supposed to cook? So I ended up cooking, what did I cook Saturday? Oh, I had some shrimp stew. If you haven't had shrimp stew, it's really, really good. Shrimp stew over rice. So I ended up let the husband eat the leftovers for that. And I think I ate some noodles. I was so mad I wanted to cook that meal, but I ended up making some tuna. I made some tuna Sunday, and my daughter wanted some, so I made a big container of tuna, and she came and got some. So that's what I've been eating off of for the last couple of days. So this week has been no meats. We're on day 2, and I've been doing good. I haven't had, and I love me some bacon, pork bacon, not turkey bacon. That's the reason why I can't give up the pork, because I really, really, really love me some pork bacon. But I haven't had my bacon. I haven't had a craving for it. So I've been really doing really, really well these couple days. So I only got 3 more days to go. So it's from Monday through Friday, no meats. But come Saturday, baby, I'm going to cook my oven baked barbecue chicken so I can have my chicken. Some fried chicken or something. Oh, I know what I cooked Sunday. I made some fried catfish. I did some fried catfish and some tater tots. That's what I ended up having. So that was dinner. So I was able to eat that. So I can eat fish and salmon and stuff like that throughout the week. But I've been on the tuna thing. I think I have like possibly tomorrow I'll be done with my tuna, and I'll have to figure something else out for the Thursday and Friday. But I did pretty good. And then next week is no sweets. So we can't do sweets next week. And the week after that is no fried foods. And then the last week is no starches. I think the week of this no starches is going to be the biggest challenge for me. The no starches. The sweets is is okay. Even though I work with sweets every day, that won't be an issue for me. The only thing would be me putting my sweetener in my coffee, because I have to have my coffee. But the no starch week for me, oh my goodness, that's gonna be a challenge. So y'all pray for me. Pat said me and my daughter doing no red meat for the month. It's day 6 for me. How is it going for you, sis? Is it working good for you? Has it been a struggle? How is it working out for you? It really doesn't seem as bad when you're doing it. It sounds worse than what it actually is when you start doing it. And I feel like if you meal prep and plan beforehand, kind of plan your week out, it'll be okay. Because I'm the type of person to where, especially during the week, my husband work second shift. So when I'm home, like now, I can eat a bowl of cereal. I could be just fine. I don't eat like a lot of stuff during the week. And actually, thus far this week, I've only been doing like 1 meal a day. I only ate once yesterday, but this morning I had some eggs for breakfast. And then I'm going to have some tuna when I end the live. But it's been really light, but I can feel the difference. And that's why what we eat really do matter. Some of the stuff we be eating make us feel so heavy. We be feeling super heavy, and girl be scared to step on the scale. Excuse me. We be scared to step on the scale. But I've noticed with eating the tuna and eating like the salmon and fish and stuff like that, I feel lighter. Like I feel lighter. So that Janice say my whole face dropped, girl. Right? Lady Sweetness says, I can truly say that I've been blessed. I have a testimony. Greetings, beautiful Gia. Yes. We are definitely blessed. And thank God for your testimony. That's the thing about us going through tests, y'all. We come out on the other side and we have a testimony. You hear me? And I'm sure that we have some testimonies that we can share and that we can tell. But God, right? But God, I thank God for God and just him being who he is, and for him just being a uh part of my life, and for him just going before us and keeping us covered, because like we were saying, 2025 was rough. It's a lot going on in the world. You don't ever know from one day to the next when you step outside of your door if you're gonna make it back. It's just so much just going on, just not in the world, just locally in our communities. Just so much reckless stuff going on, and we have so much to be thankful for. And if we are still here in 2026 in this new year, we have a lot to be thankful for, a lot to be grateful for. And we've had a lot of but God moments, and we are still here. So we're grateful. We're grateful for every test, like I say, because the tests that we may be experiencing now or have experienced, they all end up being a testimony that we can use to share and be able to help other people. Pat says, it's going good so far. My husband barbecued, and I didn't even think twice about eating some ribs. Now, see, now you said ribs. Now, girl, that would have been a struggle. I love me some barbecue ribs. So you are doing great. You are doing great if you didn't want to have barbecue ribs, because that would have been a struggle. And the thing I have to say, my husband has been really, because he's not doing it, but he's been really good by being lenient to, eating what I'm making and not wanting to have, how sometimes people be wanting to cook two different meals just because you're on a diet. They don't want to be on the diet with you, or fasting, or whatever the case may be. But he's been okay with not. He's been very supportive about not wanting the meat or not trying to cook the meat and tempting me with it or anything. So that makes a difference. That makes a difference. Janice says, but God, so grateful. Yes, sis. So grateful. We're grateful. We're grateful. But thank you all for being here. I appreciate y'all. Again, Happy New Year. I told you I wasn't keeping y'all long tonight. Teresa says to Pat, I would have started my fast over because I would have had me listen, Teresa. Girl, listen. I would have at least just give me a little piece without wanting to cheat. That's just how, the devil always try to tempt us when we're trying to stay on the straight and narrow, always trying to tempt us with some stuff. But Pat did good not thinking about eating none of that ribs, because baby, yes, Teresa, he understands and he know our struggles, don't he? We are all imperfect people, and we fall down. And just as long as we get up, that's all that matters, right? We pick ourselves up and start again. And if you just happen to have, so if I have to eat a piece of bacon, just know that I'll just add an extra day onto my fast so that I can make sure I did my full week. But I'm going to hold on. I'm strong. Pat says to Teresa, I ate the chicken instead. Well, the chicken is good too. Chicken is good too, but I have a weakness for some barbecue ribs, girl, especially on the grill. Especially on the grill. So you did real good, but I'm sure the chicken was just as good. I am sure the chicken was just as good. Janice Marie said, ain't they right? I would have had to taste it. I would give me a little pinch, just a little pinch. Lady Sweetness says next Monday for me. Oh, you're doing 40 days. Okay, sis. Well, we are praying for your strength to withstand those 40 days, and we know you can. We know you can. We know you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. And it's good to kind of switch it up too. So I think it's good with switching up, like no meats, the no sugar, the no starches, and all of that kind of stuff, and just switching it up a little bit. So we can do it. We can do it. We can do it if we keep our mind to it and stay focused. Like I say, I found it easier when you meal prep and you already have it already prepped, and when you don't have to think about it, because if you have to put too much thought in it, you're going to say, you know what, let me just eat this piece of chicken. I'm just going to eat the piece of chicken because it's already in there and it's already ready. All I got to do is stick it in the air fryer for a little bit. So meal prepping helped for me, going ahead and doing it. Excuse me. Going ahead and meal prepping it and getting it out the way. So now I just have to think about next week, because I kind of wanted to start. Another thing that I wanted to do this year is to get into the meal prepping more. That's one of the goals that I have, is to get more into meal prepping, to kind of use like my Sunday evenings to just cook up some different meals to have for the week, so I don't have to worry about trying to cook it, so that I can stay on this clean eating path. So that's one of the goals that I really, really want to get into. My daughter has gotten into the juicing thing. So she's juicing. She's doing like a some type of inflammatory diet thing that she's doing, which causes her to do a lot of juicing. So she's into the juicing thing. So I'll try that as well. And then I'm going to do, for the month of February, I'm going to do, have you all heard of the Shred Diet by Dr. Ian Smith? It's old. Janice, I know you know. It's old. It's an old book called The Shred Diet. And we did this diet many years ago, several times. And when I tell you, it's amazing. If you've never heard of it, Amazon has the book. If you got an e-reader, you can download it. This shred diet is absolutely amazing, because the thing with this diet is it doesn't take away the good stuff that you like to eat. But when I say it is so broken down to, I'll say he'll plan it out for the week. It'll say on Monday, you can have a bowl of oatmeal for breakfast. Like, it gives you choices. It may say for breakfast, you can have a bowl of oatmeal or a bowl of special case cereal, or you can have a fried egg or something like that. So basically, the diet will have you eating something every 2 hours, and you start it based on how you start your day, because our days start different. I may not have to be at work, up and at work until 8, where you may have to be up and at work at 6. So your day will start earlier than mine. So you stay on your own schedule, but you're basically eating every 2 weeks. You're eating something, and it has, like, in the back of the book, it has excuse me, it has a bunch of low calorie smoothies that you can make. It'll tell you of different snacks that you can snack on throughout the day, like your almonds and all of this kind of stuff. So it has everything laid out for you. You don't have to question, well, what if I don't eat oatmeal? Can I substitute this? It has substitutions in there. It'll have like you stop your last meal at 7 p.m. So you're not eating anything. But if your workday causes you to have to eat after 7, you stay up and don't lay down for 2 hours. Stay up 2 hours. If you eat, stay up 2 hours before time for you to lay down and go to bed. But if you have not read this book, The Shred Diet by Dr. Ian Smith. Dr. Ian Smith is on Amazon. I think he has 2, but I have the first one. We did the first one. I think he may have a couple since this one, because this book is some years old. But that is an amazing diet. And even if you don't follow every day, there are so many different recipes in the back of the book that you can try that are really, really good, especially with smoothies. Because on some of the days he had to where one of the weeks it was a liquid diet the entire week with nothing but smoothies and protein shakes. And that was the hardest week for me, to not be able to chew anything, but just drinking smoothies or what have you. But you can eat your fruit like during your 2 hour spans. And the reason he have you eating every 2 weeks is so that you're not hungry. So you don't overeat when it's time for you to have your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're not overeating because you're not as hungry. And a lot of times when we skip our breakfast and don't eat anything until it's lunchtime, sometimes we start overeating. We'll eat a lot because we feel like we're super hungry, or sometimes we haven't eaten breakfast or lunch, and then at dinner time, like, we crowding our plate and overeating and feeling heavy. So the way he has it set up with you eating every 2 hours is so that you're not extra hungry. And you feel like you're eating a lot, but you're really not, because it's so well proportioned. You can still have all of this stuff. Like, let's say, for instance, if you are a chip person, I love me some chips, especially the the Pringles, just the plain Pringles, love them. But it basically have you counting the serving size. And a thing of Pringles may say 8 chips is a serving. So you can still have the things you like, but you'll be more conscious of the serving size. And that's what I loved about this diet. Like, you'll find yourself in the grocery store, like looking at the back of the packaging and looking at the serving size. And when you excuse me, when you're doing your meal prepping, you're counting out your 8 chips, and you can have the 100-calorie snacks. And so you still aren't cheating yourself of taking away all the stuff that you like. Is he's trying to help you maneuver with, properly proportioning everything so that you're not overeating, and you're, eating healthier. So if you haven't tried it, Dr. Ian Smith, the Shred Diet, I promise you, you will not be disappointed. It is amazing for those of you who want to be on, a healthy journey this year, and you want to start somewhere. That is a great plan to be on, because it's not, you're not losing eating some of the stuff that you like. So every now and then he'll throw in like a pancake, or, a hamburger or whatever, but you'll be more conscious of what you're putting in your mouth. And it was in a good way. So it was really, really good. So definitely try it out. Dr. Ian Smith, the Shred Diet. You won't be disappointed. So I'm going to start that in February. Started in February. But thank you, ladies. I appreciate you all again for pulling up to the table with me tonight. I have enjoyed you all again. Happy New Year. Just know I see you, I hear you, I honor you, I appreciate you. I'm proud of you. To the replay gang that'll be pulling up to the table, listening in later, I appreciate you as well. Thank you for joining. Please just make sure you hit the like button for me on your way in. Praying for each and every one of you. Again, I love you. To the Book Club Divas, I will see you next week, Saturday. Teresa, get to reading, sis. I know you've been going through it, though. I know you've been busy. I know, but I got to read too. So if you haven't read the book, read the book, and we'll be ready to pull up and talk about the book next week, Saturday, 1:00 p.m. Central Standard Time, right back here on Pink Table Topics. I love you, ladies. I love you all. And I pray that you have a blessed and amazing night. And I will chat with you soon. Good night.